Right now at 10, Biden reports on his visit to Israel and how he plans to lend U.S. support and urging the legislature to address workforce challenges. That was Governor Tony Evers' message today during his visit to the Sprout Child Care Center in La Crosse. Plus, support with soup. The La Crosse Soup event was held tonight, and attendees had the chance to vote for the project they think would benefit the community the most.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us at News 810. News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown. Ken has the night off. President Biden delivered a rare primetime address from the Oval Office. He focused on the wars in Israel and Ukraine. As the president prepares to ask Congress for billions of dollars in military assistance for both countries, he stressed the need to keep money flowing to the U.S. allies. Biden's plea comes the day after his 7-hour visit to Israel.
In Israel, I saw people who are strong, determined, resilient, and also angry, in shock and in deep, deep pain.
The fate of more than 200 hostages forced into Gaza during Hamas's October 7th attack remains uncertain. 30 children are among those kidnapped. Inside Gaza, water, food, fuel, and medicine are running dangerously low, with the coastal enclave cut off from deliveries. The State Department issued a worldwide alert for American citizens traveling overseas to exercise increased caution because of heightened tensions and concerns of violence against Americans. As the conflict between Israel and Hamas continues, community members in La Crosse gathered for a peace vigil at Our Savior's Lutheran Church. The goal was to spread a message of love for all those affected by the violence. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has the details.
Community members are feeling the impacts of the conflict between Israel and Hamas, including Jeffrey Butler.
My nephew serves in the Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF. He's a tank driver. He's in the Army Reserve. We're nervous and a little bit scared, but there's conflict going on and we don't know what's going to happen to him.
Butler joined a packed chapel tonight at Our Savior's Lutheran Church to pray and support others through grief and mourning.
There are people right here in town who are grieving. We have Congregation Sons of Abraham, our Jewish brothers and sisters who are mourning. We also have Muslims in town, some of whom are Palestinian. We have Christians in town, some of whom are Palestinians, and all of them need a safe place to come and pray for peace.
Just like Butler, Bishop Felix Malpica is personally impacted by the conflict.
I have friends there. I know missionaries who are working there. I know people who are living in Jerusalem and in the West Bank. So for me, it's been a personal heartache. So it pains me, the horrors that they've had to witness over the last several weeks.
The Peace Vigil was hosted by the Interfaith Leaders Coalition, an organization gathering religious leaders around community justice. People gathered hoping the conflict will end soon. Rabbi Brian Searle is part of the Interfaith Leaders Coalition. His son and grandchildren live in Israel.
They live far from the fray. They're near Jerusalem, but as you know, there are rockets all over the country right now.
Depending on how long the conflict between Israel and Hamas lasts, the Interfaith Leaders Coalition might have more vigils. In La Crosse, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Jeremy. In Israel, President Biden announced the U.S. would give $100 million to help civilians in Gaza and the West Bank. Well, we're going to turn it over to our chief meteorologist, Greg Barnhart, for our local forecast. What's going on, Greg?
Well, basically, we had some showers early this evening. Actually, Eau Claire and La Crosse both saw some activity. We saw on time lapse. You saw that shower come through, dropped under like about 1/10 of an inch at the most in most locations. But overall, if we look at radar or satellite right now, you can kind of see that we're looking at conditions fairly quiet overall. Most of the showers have ended or drifted off to the east down towards Madison. So we're not really seeing much in the way. Overall, high temperatures today, a little bit cooler than yesterday, about a couple degrees below what we should be. Definitely about 10 degrees what we were yesterday, so that's what we're looking at about temperatures. Still pretty seasonal for this time of year, but it definitely was cooler. But that's going to be a different story as we go to tomorrow. So overnight, as you start in your morning for Eau Claire, we might have some low clouds. I don't think we'll see a lot of fog out there, but that's still a possibility. We should be climbing to 52. Those showers will be more towards Friday evening, so nothing to be expected in the morning. La Crosse, once again, could be that fog or low clouds maybe tomorrow morning, climbing to the mid-50s, and once again, maybe a shower, but that would be towards Friday evening. Ahead, we'll kind of break down the forecast as we get into leaf blowing season and all the leaves begin to change. There is some changes coming up. The weekend looks okay, but next week there is some big changes coming. I'll break all that down a bit later in the broadcast.
Thank you, Greg. A Wisconsin task force was just awarded a federal grant to fight human trafficking. Wisconsin's Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force announced they received a $2 million grant from the U.S. Department of Justice. The task force brings together law enforcement agencies and victim service providers to support human trafficking survivors. They also work together to bring traffickers to justice. The task force is set to expand its membership next year. Urging the legislature to address workforce challenges. That was Governor Tony Evers' message today during his visit to the Sprout Child Care Center in La Crosse. This week, Evers announced that he will use the $170 million to continue the Child Care Counts program. The program was originally set to end in January 2024, but will now run until June 2025. For months, Evers has been trying to persuade Republicans to use the state surplus to keep child care counts running. Evers called a special session last month to try to get the legislature to act, but nothing came of it. Recently, Republicans released their own package of child care bills. Most of the bills focused on changing regulation standards, but one would create interest-free loans for licensed child care providers. Evers did not mince words when asked what's wrong with the Republican plan.
It sucks. That's what's wrong with it. That would be a little bit of money for a handful of people at the end of the year. That's not going to keep a place like this open.
Evers knows his own plan is a short-term fix. He's using federal money to fund the program's 18-month extension. Once that federal money runs out, there's no plan to have the state keep funding the program. Giving back to the community through a soup dinner. Tonight was La Crosse's Soup's fall event. La Crosse Soup is a collaborative effort to crowdsource funds for community projects. For $5, attendees get a bowl of soup, some bread, and a vote during the dinner. 4 different projects are pitched. Attendees then use their vote to choose which project receives all the funds collected throughout the night. 4 great projects were pitched today, but the ultimate winner was Driftless Recovery Services. A representative of that group describes how they were feeling after they won.
We're a little surprised actually to get chosen, and here we are actually extremely grateful to be able to have won that money.
Driftless Recovery Services provides support to men who are recovering from substance abuse. Their sober living house offers programs that aid in the recovery process and helps them adjust to sober living. They plan on using tonight's winnings to finance programming within the facility. They'll also use it to help cover rent for individuals in the program who may otherwise struggle to afford it. Coming up, don't be afraid to hit that snooze button. A study shows hitting the snooze button may actually be healthier.
Get 50% off lists during the Big Fall Home Sale at Slumberland Furniture and one of our best finance sales of the year. Pay no interest for 3 years. Get this stylish sectional for just $7.99, up to 50% off, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Ford. You see the name driving down almost every road in America. But you'll also find it in other places. On the grip of hammers raising homes, in toy boxes, and classrooms. Because over 2,900 Ford dealerships nationwide means more people serving more communities like yours for more than 120 years. Ford, we are all in on America.
Being there every minute of every day. As your community electric cooperative, it's not just our way of doing business, it's our way of life. And as a Touchstone Energy Cooperative member, that means value that goes far beyond the energy we provide. Value you can't really put a price on. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Get 50% off lists during the Big Fall Mattress Sale at Slumberland. Incredible deals like a twin mattress for just $99, or our own private brand Slumbercrest as low as $299, plus Sealy Posturepedic mattresses marked way down, only at Slumberland.
A new study shows children exposed to certain chemicals in utero are more likely to experience health issues for years. Scientists in Spain looked at levels for 23 different synthetic chemicals in more than 1,900 pregnant women. The chemicals are suspected to promote obesity by interfering with metabolism and hormones. Kids whose mothers tested higher were more likely to develop obesity, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes in their first 9 years of life. The chemicals studied include several banned substances that are still in the environment. A new Harvard study says eating red meat is linked with developing type 2 diabetes later in life. The study involved more than 200,000 participants over a 13-year period. Participants who ate the most red meat were found to have a 62% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes than those who ate the least. People who swapped red meat at a meal for nuts or vegetables had a 30% reduction in risk. Some experts say the research does not definitively prove that eating red meat causes non-insulin dependent or adult onset diabetes, but excessive red and processed meat consumption has already been shown to be a risk factor in cardiovascular disease and cancer. Well, don't feel bad about your morning habit. New studies say snoozing your alarm can actually be beneficial. A new report found that briefly snoozing can be healthier compared to waking up after the first alarm goes off. The research found that brief snooze periods can help against mood decline, improve cognitive functioning, and alleviate sleep inertia. The study found that most snoozers are younger and not morning people, and they sleep an average of 13 minutes less on workdays than people who never snooze. The CDC says that more than a third of people in the U.S. do not get consistent sleep. Well, attention all history buffs. The La Crosse Center is hosting a history conference with multiple speakers lined up. This event will be one for the history books.
And yeah, we got some showers for your Friday, some dry conditions for this weekend, but definitely some big changes coming next week that allow wet, windy, and chilly conditions. I'll break all that down coming up next in their First Warn weather update.
Protect yourself, your family, and your community against the flu this season. And get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Plus, earn a 20-cent fuel saver when you get your flu shot. Visit your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and protect yourself today. Some restrictions apply.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Ready to transform your space? Or perhaps your favorite room just needs a few updates? Let our design consultants help you discover the possibilities to update your home. We take the time to discuss your space, your needs, and your budget. Cooley Carpet will help you every step of the way, from start to finish, with design professionals and expert installation to meet all your expectations. Let our dedicated team help you achieve your dream space. Visit us at Cooley Carpet Center on Mormon Cooley Road in La Crosse.
Get insulin for as low as $35 at Hy-Vee Pharmacy. That's right, manage your diabetes for less with insulin for as low as $35 per month. Visit Hy-Vee.com to learn more.
The 2023 Fall Home Show going on now at the Board Store Home Improvements. High quality at a low price on windows and doors, kitchens and bathrooms, siding, decks, sunrooms, and flooring. Don't miss it.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Two historical groups have been working together for the past year. Today they held a conference to share what they've learned from each other. It was hosted by the Wisconsin Historical Society and the Wisconsin Council for Local History. Anyone with a passion for history could attend the event. One of the group's CEOs says this year's theme is the intersection of community with history, culture, and identity.
We're telling our stories not in just our community, but also in a way that our stories, which have local and national impact, can be amplified into the region, and we can share what we all do so well in the Midwest, and that's frame who we are and talk about what we can do for people.
Multiple speakers presented at the conference. If you missed today, the event will continue tomorrow at the La Crosse Center. You can buy a ticket to the conference on the Wisconsin Historical Society's website. We'll post a link on our website at news8000.com. Now let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart for our weather forecast.
Yeah, we got some interesting changes coming up, but not really till next week. In the meantime, we do have a system that's going to be impacting us tomorrow. The one that we had today, pretty much the whole complex is pushed east. This one up towards Edmonton, still far away, but that's the one that's going to dive southeast and eventually impact us as we get towards tomorrow evening with a few showers. Shouldn't be a real huge big deal, but something to keep in mind of for Friday night football. Once again, we might have a showers, especially as you go north of Eau Claire, and I'll show that. But overall temperatures not too bad, in the 50s with some light winds, so not too bad compared to what we had last week. Overnight, we're going to see some clearing skies. We'll have to keep an eye as we go to tomorrow morning. Some low clouds or fog may develop in some areas. Once again, we had that this morning. We could have it once again. Something to keep in mind of. By the time we get to 8 or 9, it should burn off if we have any out there. Then as we go into the afternoon, that's when we'll start seeing increasing clouds, and that system I just showed will begin to approach northwest Wisconsin with a few showers here and there once we get past probably 4 to 5 areas north of Eau Claire, the interstate. As we get closer to the other time, 8 o'clock, we might see a shower approach La Crosse, probably Black River, and areas to the east stand the best chance, but still very isolated showers. Once again, light rainfall if you happen to get hit by that. By the time we get to 10, we'll start seeing some of that begin to push further north. So Ladysmith, Eau Claire to Black River and areas east will probably continue to see a shower. Otherwise, areas will start becoming more partly cloudy as we go past the midnight hour, and as we get in tomorrow, into Saturday, it's going to be breezy conditions for both locations. We'll have cloud cover to deal with, but still upper 50s near 60, pretty close to where we should be. A little bit cooler Sunday, but less wind and probably more sun. So all in all, not a bad weekend compared to what we had last weekend. But then as we go into next week, there's going to be some big changes. Monday's going to be warm. Tuesday, we could see mid to upper 60s in a lot of areas. But then as we go towards the end of the week, it really bottoms out all the way down. And 50 might be a good thing. We might even probably see a lot of areas stay in the mid 40s for high temperatures. So it's going to be a completely big drop. So we have a lot of cold air coming. Really what's going to do is this cold air up to the north is going to begin to pull south, and eventually a system is going to drag it all the way across the plains as we get close to Thursday. And then that cold air eventually gets into our area, dragging all the way through by Friday. So by this time next week, a vastly different air mass that we had from Canada will be coming through. Now with that, we are going to have precipitation chances. They really start going as this boundary kind of sits over us. You can see by the time we get to Tuesday into Wednesday, precipitation chances increase, and then there's a lot of question marks on exactly what goes on. But where we could have several systems impacting the area through Wednesday, going into Thursday, and even wrapping all the way up till Friday. So precipitation chances could continue all the way as we go into late Friday, maybe early Saturday. It just depends. So just prepare for a wet, potentially windy, and chilly eventually time period as we get towards the end of next week. In the meantime, for tonight, once again, we could see a few clouds. Once again, as we get towards the morning, low clouds or fog, depending on situations. A little bit cooler than we had this morning. You get down to around 40 for some areas or low 40s. As you wake up tomorrow, once any of that low clouds or fog burns off, we should see a pretty nice October day. We're getting up to the mid 60s. That'll be above average that we should be. And once again, cloud cover comes into play with maybe some showers towards the evening hour. And once again, breezy conditions will linger on as we go into Saturday. Upper 50s as we go into Sunday. Once again, pretty close to where we should be this time of year. We warm up briefly for Monday, and especially even Tuesday will be kind of warm. And then we have all the showers, and can't even rule out a thunderstorm going into Tuesday. So enjoy the period through Tuesday. Get out, enjoy the leaves and everything else, because next weekend it's going to be a total different situation.
Looks like a nice overall sunny weekend, though.
Should be fairly good.
Looking forward to that.
Yep.
I'm going to go hiking. All right, thank you. Coming up in sports, a big night of playoff action on the volleyball court. The Holmen volleyball team finished the regular season with a perfect conference record. Vikings were looking to start the postseason with a win at home. Rob's got all the action next.
You're not always going to be here, but you always have this. Whether you're here, or anywhere really, the News 8000 app lets you stay updated on your time. Get it today so you can have here.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
At Xcel Energy, we're big into the little things. Because little things add up. Millions of even the smallest steps are just that. Millions of steps, all in the right direction. That's why we have programs that save you money, all of which add up to a carbon-free future. See how you can save at xcelenergy.com/ways to save.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Join Wesco and Sparta to celebrate a fun Wisconsin tradition, Oktoberfest. All month long, save up to 20% off store-wide. Plus, as a thank you, you get a package of locally made brats and a free beverage from one of the local watering holes when you spend $499 or more. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
It was a jam-packed night on the volleyball court. We're going to start the show in Division I with the most dominant team we've seen in our area this season. The Holmen volleyball team didn't lose a set in conference play this year. Vikings were looking to start their postseason journey with a win at home. Let's head out to Viking country. Second seeded Holmen hosting Madison East, and the home team doing what it's done all season. Izzy Jar dropping the hammer. Vikings up big. They kept it going. Lydia Olsen skying high for the kill. Holmen goes up 10. Then it's Raina McCardle getting everyone involved. This time, Charlie Casey finding the floor. 11-point lead for the home team. And it's good to see Melissa Hoff back in the lineup. The senior gets this one to fall. All Vikings tonight, they get the sweep over Madison East. Next up for Holmen, a date with Monona Grove at home on Saturday night. Let's stay in D1, head to Onalaska. Hilltoppers at home hosting Madison West. Anna took the first set, pick it up in the second. Haley Kopelke slams this one home. Hilltoppers up 2-0, and they continue rolling in the third. Maddie Wilson, brick wall at the net. She's all fired up, and the home team keeping its foot on the gas all night long. Claire Pedretti providing the power with this rocket, and the Hilltoppers in complete control. Kopelke again pounding the ground. Onalaska opens up the playoffs with a sweep over Madison West. Hilltoppers will host Madison Memorial on Saturday. Let's go to D2. Head over to West Salem, second-ranked Panthers hosting Wautoma. Let's start it off in the first play of the game. The junior, McKenna Ely, got her night started with an ace, and the Panthers would start off hot. Wouldn't stop there, though. Later in the set, it's Reese Sackett rising up, flicking it down to get this kill, increases the Panthers' lead to 3, but Ely's back at it again, this time slamming down. Nice. She would have 11 kills on the night. And then it's the senior, Sackett, again unloading, connecting on this one. She had 18 kills on the stat sheet. Panthers would go on to win it in 3 sets. Let's go to D3. Aquinas hosting Viroqua, the Blackhawks. Coming out red hot. Bryn Swenson finds the opposite corner. Aquinas with an early timeout. Blue Gold start rolling after that. Addie 4. Her kill's too hot to handle. And it's Amy Hine. She's going to follow up with a kill of her own, finding the gap in the Blackhawk zone. And how about a back roll kill from 4? Great swing to keep Aquinas on the attack. And then it's Sammy Davis joining the party with this beautiful kill. Blue Golds get the sweep. They'll host Abbotsford on Saturday. Let's jump to Division 4. Second-ranked Royal opening up their postseason run, hosting Brookwood. Set 1, Royals Mara Gruen. She's going to get the bump. The set comes right back for the senior to get the spike and the point. Panthers, they're down 1, though. Visiting Falcons looking to fly in the front row. Regan Muhlenkamp hits it into the wall. The ball goes out of play. Point Brookwood. They lead by 3. Later in the set, Royal finding their groove. Pass along the front row. Sets up Bria Gruen this time. She gets the point. Panthers go on to win 3-1. They'll host Seneca on Saturday. 7th-ranked Waniwak Center opening their playoff run, hosting Ithaca. Second set, Waniwak Center's Kelsey Justman serves up a point. No help needed. Wolves lead it by 5. Later on, Ithaca looking to make something happen, but the Wolves, Bryn Ertl coming up big with the block. Waniwak Center holding on to the lead. Then later, it's Olivia Olsen finding a teammate, serve up a point. Nice. Wolves moving on. They get past Ithaca in 3 sets. Wolves get the winner of this one, Hillsborough and Cashton. Third set, Cashton's Vivi Dempsey. Nice save here. Sets up Lauren Hunsaker for the tip and the point. Eagles with the early lead. Later on, Hillsborough looking to rally. Michelin Hansen set like loft that lands on the other side of the net for the point. More from the Tigers. Hansen again. This time she spikes off defender's hand. Hillsborough collects another point. This was a 5-set thriller. Hillsborough survives. They win it 3-2. Playoff action on the pitch at Field for Kids tonight. Aquinas playing host to Nakusa. Early first half action. It's going to be Samuel Dickinson picking corners. Blue Goals, they start this one off strong. They take a 1-goal lead. Dickinson, he was on fire in this one. Clutch playoff performance from him. Nice pass through traffic. It's Dickinson again. Aquinas goes up 2. Now the Blue Goals are granted a free kick. This one's going to get buried into the back of the net. Blue Golds roll in this one. They take it 6-0 the final. Aquinas will host Arcadia on Saturday. Let's go to Logan. Rangers hosting Cambridge Deerfield tonight, jumping right into the second half. Visitors set up for a free kick. Logan keeper Gabe Sanders leaps in the air, just gets a hand on it to deflect it out of bounds. Then with just 2 minutes left in this one, Lucas Yang gets a leading pass. The defender's on it, but Yang stretches out, gets his foot on it, scores what will be the game winner. Rangers are moving on with the 1-0 victory. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Hy-Vee canned corn or green beans, just 49 cents. Campbell's Junkie or Well Yes soup, just $1.77. And Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Top Round Roast, $2.99 a pound. Only at Hy-Vee.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet of Chippewa Falls grand reopening event going on now. Join us for giveaways, prize drawings, daily expert demos, and more. Shop huge store-wide savings like select bags of Kent Feed, buy one, get one free. 60% off select men's and women's Asics athletic shoes, $29.99. And get 50-pound bags of Blaine's brand black oil sunflower seed at a 40-pound price, just $24.99. Come celebrate and save at Blaine's Farm and Fleet of Chippewa Falls grand reopening event going on now.
At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we take pride in offering furniture made in North America with exceptional quality, award-winning designs, and lasting value. Made in America means craftsmanship, means quality, means value, and it means jobs. At Drury's, you'll find only the finest brands like Canal Dover, Daniels Amish, and Cannondale. Solid wood, solid values. Plus, there's Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, and Southern Motion, all proudly made in America. They're all on sale now during the Made in America sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
It's hard to believe that it's been almost 65 years since the Chilson family started selling vehicles in the Chippewa Valley.
Even though many things have changed, we have maintained the same core values and dedication to customer service.
And to celebrate our 65th anniversary, we especially priced all of our new and pre-owned vehicles and RVs with the best savings in years.
The Chilson 65th anniversary sale going on now. Check out all the details at chilson.com and let our family take care of your family.
Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, in fall. Surrounded by breathtaking colors, with so many fall things to do, like picking and exploring, Celebrate fall in Prairie du Chien with us at one of many great events. Along the Mississippi, between the majestic river bluffs, fall in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. We'll see you soon.
Introducing Hy-Vee Perks prices. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, H Perks price, 69 cents a pound. Bananas, H Perks price, 39 cents a pound. And Hy-Vee pasta, H Perks price, 88 cents. Make the switch or sign up today. It's free and easy.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Think of all the people a rideshare driver meets and talks to every day. Those experiences add up to a lot of stories. A driver in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina says they've inspired him to write a book.
Jeff Honig has spent more than 25 years as a delivery driver, but there's one thing he likes delivering more than anything else.
Delivered boxes as a courier. I've delivered newspapers. I've delivered circulars, telephone books. The best thing I've ever delivered is people.
It's his passion for people that led him to write a book called Driving on the Sunny Side with 10,000 Strangers. For the past 5 years as a rideshare driver, he's kept notes on some of the passengers that have made him laugh and inspired him. It's those special moments that he wants to share with others. His book features chapters like My 3 Favorite Rides, Great Quotes, and Sports Talk Uber.
Never know one week, 1 month to the next, who I'm going to meet, what they've done, where they're from, and my car itself is a museum because of my passengers.
Honig's car features various things that writers have given him over the years, like a mannequin head from a hairdresser and currency from 38 different countries that he proudly displays.
And so many people have gotten my car, and once you're willing to talk to them, they're willing to share with you part of their life and a lot of their life, and it's amazing to hear.
Honig always has 3 goals for every passenger who gets into his car: make them feel like they're riding with a friend, make it the best ride they've ever had, and make them laugh. But he says he's the one that will always be indebted to them.
Dedicated the book to my passengers first, and because basically they entertained me, they educated me, inspired me.
What a wonderful story. We'll have one last look at the weather when we come back.
Join the conversation at facebook.com/news8000. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Dear first place, how do you get to the top? Just keep on climbing. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it,
Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
When you're
Looking to update your home? Shop the Habitat Restore. The Habitat Restore offers a wide selection of new and gently used building materials and home furnishings at an incredibly low price. From furniture and cabinets, windows and doors, appliances, vintage items, reclaimed lumber, and everything in between. The Restore has what you're looking for, and new products arrive daily. So before you run to that big box store, shop the Habitat Restore, providing families with a place to call home.
Dear first place, how do you get to the top? Just keep on climbing. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
All right, tomorrow we do have some showers in play as we do the little dance of the 90s there. 65, it should be fairly nice. The showers will come into the evening, so most of the day will be dry. So that's the positive news. Once again, for high school football, some showers, mainly probably north of Eau Claire, but something to keep in mind if you're going out there. Probably have some rain gear just in case. Otherwise, we look dry, breezy Saturday, cooler as we go to Sunday. Warm early next week, and then it's going to be vastly different if we go towards the end of next week. Back in the 40s, and some parts in northern Wisconsin, UP could see some snow probably.
What's that Annie Lennox song? Here Comes the Rain Again?
Yeah.
I know my music trivia. Well, thank you for joining us at News 8 Now at 10. We'll see you tomorrow.